Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly review Cook Serve Delicious 3. This is a game that you can currently find on Steam's Early Access program for about 15 bucks or so, though the game is due to release on October 14th, hence the reason for this particular review. So, what is Cook Serve Delicious 3? Well, if you've never played the previous two games, you're kind of in for a treat depending on what kind of person you are. This is a food management game of sorts. It's more of a a keystroke simulator where orders will be popping up, and it'll be your job to put the various foods together and serve them to your customers. So, for example, if the order for a pancake comes in, and again, this is on the previous two games. If an order for a pancake comes in, you'll have to hit the keystrokes in the proper order based on what they demand. So if they want a blueberry pancake, you might have to hit P for pancake and then B for blueberry or L for blueberry. Whatever the letter is for that particular topping is what you'll have to hit. And then while you're doing this, other orders are coming in, depending on rush hour and everything else, and people's patience will dwindle over time. So you're constantly looking at the order sheet. Okay, that person is getting impatient. They're about to walk away. I need to address them first. Okay, now I got to do this order, and then bip, 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 done. Okay, next order, bip, 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 done. Next order. Oh, I screwed up on that order. They're not happy, and so on. And this will rinse and repeat until the end of the level, and then you'll be graded. So Cook Serve Delicious 3 puts you in a different environment. You're in a food truck. And the cool thing about Cook Serve Delicious 3 is that you can actually prep foods ahead of time, so that when you show up at your destination, you can just sort of hand them out to the customers to some sort of limited degree. You've got this hot plate section. So there are foods that you can sort of just prep prior. So for example, those pancakes I was talking about earlier, you can actually pre-make the pancakes, put them on the hot plate. You've got like 8 sitting there, whatever. And whenever a customer demands a pancake, you can just say, oh, this is done, and then just tell me what topping you want, and here you go. Okay? Or falafels. You can deep fry some falafels. You can set them aside on your hot plate, and then when a customer orders falafels, you just hit the button. There's an auto serve button that you can hit. It's left control, and it'll automatically serve all the customers that want that particular item if you have it in stock. So that's cool. If you don't have that item in stock, you can cook that item manually for them, but it's more inefficient to do that. If you prep it on the hot plate, you can cook like 8 at a time, whereas if, like, let's say pancakes, if you cook pancakes on the hot plate area, you can make 8 pancakes, and that'll go across multiple people. Whereas if you address a person's pancakes specifically, you're making their order right for them, and that's it, and you have no pancakes left over to serve other people that want pancakes. So it's more efficient to make food on the hot plate and serve multiple customers than it is to address one particular customer, if you can serve that food on the hot plate, if that makes any sense. There are some foods that can't be served on the hot plate and be prepped ahead of time. Those are like made to order. There's a wide variety of different foods in this game, and you'll be unlocking them over time with coins that you'll be earning as you play. Now, one of the biggest problems with Cook Serve Delicious 1 and 2 was the fact that the game was so hectic and so stressful for me that it rose my blood pressure and I just stopped playing it. Cook Serve Delicious 3 has a chill mode available, and the chill mode gives people infinite patience. So if you're worried about people walking away and, you failing the level, you don't have to worry about that. Take your time. I know there's a lot of orders coming in, but there's no rush to do anything. It's good practice to hurry up and try and be fast, but if you're one of those casual people like me that like a food management game of sorts, but you don't want to be rushed while doing it, which is ironic. I mean, any food game that you play is typically fast paced, but in this case, if you want a chill experience, you can do that. But the game will only give you maximum a silver medal. There are people out there that'll go, well, I want that gold. Well, if you want that gold, you have to turn normal mode on and deal with people leaving because they're being impatient or what have you. When you're putting together your menu for a particular level, it's separated by points. There's a point system. So the level might say, okay, you need this many foods, like you need at least, 5 or 6 foods on your menu, and all of their points have to add up to this amount. So the more points a particular food has on the menu, the harder it is to make. So you could, in theory, go like, okay, zero, zero, easy food, zero, easy food, zero, easy food, zero, easy food. There's a 5 really, really hard food to make, but it's only one kind of food, and you're hoping that no one orders it. You could do that. Or you can split it up. One kind of easy food, one kind of easy food, two, okay, kind of normal food, two, kind of normal food, three, okay, now we're getting a little bit harder. You could do that as well. So you can sort of customize what foods go on the menu, but every level is themed. So you're not going to have your entire menu to choose between. You'll have to choose between particular foods, but there's still like, I want to say 10 to 12 different foods you can choose, and you're going to choose like say 5 or 6 of them. So every level could be a different experience depending on what food you pick. You can also practice making the food in the food catalog. So if you're thinking about unlocking a food for use, then you can practice it first and go, you know what, this food is really hard to make. I don't want to do it. Just no, I'm not gonna pay to unlock it. There's also food truck upgrades as well. Extra prep stations, for example. That's like there's a little skill tree. You'll be able to unlock new skills that way as well. So I guess long story short, do I recommend this one? Yes. I think it's superior to the previous ones only because of that chill mode, and I do like the fact that there's a hot plate mechanic to where you can make these foods ahead of time. But I will warn you, even in chill mode, it will give you anxiety attacks. Like, I know I said that chill mode, you have unlimited patience and people will not walk away from you. I know that. But in my head, okay, my head is like, you know what, these people are real. They're waiting. I've got to serve these people now. All right, the rational part of me knows they're digital people and who cares, right? But the other part of me is like, oh, there's 8 people. There's a queue. My OCD cannot handle this. I must clear I must clear all of these orders and do it quickly. You know, that my body and my mind are like in conflict with each other constantly with this game. So I'm hurrying in chill mode even when I don't have to. So you may have that same problem. I don't know. The only real complaint that I have is sometimes the text can be a little bit small for me to read. Sometimes the orders aren't clear, like the interface can be a bit cluttered. For example, when you're making fish and fried fish in the hot plate, you're sitting there, okay, I have a choice between cod and fish. So I'm going to hit CC for cod, put it down. Oh, why is the hot plate red? It's saying that the food I made isn't correct. So I'm like, I go back and I read the text and it says, I need to drop 3 cod and 1 fish. Okay, and then the next time I drop it, now it's 4 fish. Then the next time I drop it, okay, it's 2 cod and 2 fish, you know? So it's like sometimes you'll miss something on a window somewhere that was really important to you making that food, and you know it'll be bad. So there are some issues there with me trying to read all of the text on the screen. Sometimes it can be overload. Sometimes the text can be too small. But I think that's a mild complaint, really, in the grand scheme of things. So if you liked Cook Serve Delicious 1 and 2, if you've played that, then I think you'll have an interesting time with the third one because it does introduce some new mechanics. You can also customize your truck with, like there's various skins and trinkets that you can add to your truck. If you want to do that, you have to pay the coins that I was talking about earlier, but you can do that. So if you liked Cook Serve Delicious 1 and 2 and you like the challenge, then Cook Serve Delicious 3, go for it. If you shied away from Cook Serve Delicious 1 and 2 because of the difficulty and because of how hectic it is, and even on chill mode, I'm going to warn you, it's still hectic, then, you know, 3 is a bit more accessible because of that chill mode. But if you want that gold, you're going to have to deal with, like, attacks. Like, there's new events in normal mode that are not in chill mode. Like, there's attacks on your truck in various ways you have to deal with. So I'm just warning you, it's a hard, difficult game. Some people rebind the ingredient keys. You can do that in the options menu. So if you don't want L for blueberry because B was taken for something else, you can swap that out. So you can do that. But, you know, some letters are going to have weird, like X might be this or L might be that. And you're like, well, it doesn't even start with that letter. Why is it even that? Because some other ingredient is using that letter. You know what I mean? So I just want to warn you, it's hectic. But that being said, I think 3 is more accessible compared to the other 2 because of that chill mode. But you do you, but I recommend it. It's pretty fun. Again, it'll be leaving Steam's early access program, I believe, October 14th. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.